Hi, my name is Emily of Luna Raven Nyght Tarot, and this is my first YouTube video and my first YouTube channel about my journey into tarot. My mother used to read tarot cards when I was younger, and even when I got a little bit older she still read them, but her life eventually became hard and pretty hectic. My little sister became very ill. She was sick most of her life, but towards the end of her life her health really failed and took up most of my mom's time. But before that, my mother read tarot cards intuitively and would give people readings. They were always very, very accurate. There are a few times she messed up, but she always taught me to read with my intuition. She did not believe in little white books or guidebooks of any kind. With me, I always wanted to know more about the meanings of the cards themselves and the symbology so I could give good readings with deep meanings. And I could fully understand, along with my intuition, what a person needed to hear and the guidance they needed to gain. So this is a brand new journey for me, and I'm excited to be here. I have been giving readings to a few people recently, and I'm branching out into a shop, Luna Raven Nyght Tarot, down below in the description. I've been using different books to help me along my journey, including The Ultimate Guide for Tarot by Liz Dean. This is a very good book. It gives sections to help you, well, pardon my notebook here. It gives you sections to understand the tarot, and it shows you a picture of the cards you're looking at. And it also gives you the upright and reverse meanings of the card, along with the astrological association and the Tree of Life position. I've never really learned much about the Tree of Life, so this has been very interesting. Another book I'm also using is Kitchen Table Tarot by Melissa Sinova. It's really, really good. Her book is literally what got me to think about pursuing my dreams instead of just thinking, oh, it'd be great if I could try this. No more trying. It's time for a fool to jump off the cliff. So this is my second step. My first one was creating my shop and making my dream a reality. My intentions of being a tarot reader are to help people and to give people guidance, because tarot cards, to me, are the guidance counselor in a pocket. They're small, but they're jam-packed with wisdom, and there'll always be new bits coming in through either symbols I've never noticed before or through intuition, and it's different for each reading is different per person. Each reading has never been the same. And my goal really is to make people's lives better with this, to help them make important decisions, and to know what areas of life they should go down, like what path should they take, what path should they maybe possibly think of avoiding, or maybe it's time to forget the past and go Tim Taylor and create your own road. Just remember, more power is not a good thing, and don't go steamrolling a person's turtle or anything. Okay, that's, yeah. I've been on a home improvement kick, and he's one of the best examples I could think of at the moment. The decks I'm mainly using are Rider-Waite's. I do not use my mom's deck because that's very special to me, and I would rather keep it protected. The deck I'm using is the University deck and University Press deck. It's absolutely beautiful, and it was made back in the 1960s. Almost in 1950s and 60s, I believe, and I saw one of them online was published in 1962. So I almost feel like I could walk up to the Green Hornet and Cato in the original 1960s series, not the movie, that thing was terrible, but the TV show, and give them a reading, though I don't think it'd be a good idea, but what the heck. It's nice to daydream. And it's just like the cards can hold different meanings, as I was saying before. For instance, strength could be forcing the lion's mouth open, but to me it almost looks like she's saying, hey, you're being too loud, You gotta be quiet in the situation. Sometimes it's better to be strong by remaining quiet and voicing your opinion in a way that doesn't scare the holy living hell out of people. Then the Hermit card. This is mainly my card. I'm a lot like my cousin Homer Van Meter, where we're kind of reclusive and we don't really mingle that much. Well, he never did, and if you want to look him up on Google, you will find out what happened to him. I'll leave it out there because that's not related to the subject. The Wheel of Fortune. I think my favorite Wheel of Fortune card I have seen so far is in the Morgan Greer deck, I believe it's called. And it shows a hand cranking this giant, like, miller wheel, like the kind you see for an old-fashioned water mill, and there's people on top of it having a good old time, and there's some poor person falling off of it. And that's really true, because when the wheel spins, we're going to be at the top, we're going to be at the bottom. There's good and bad times in life. That's just the balance of life. And there's Justice, who is pretty much emotionless. It's pretty much karma. It's, if you do something good, you're going to be rewarded for it later. You do something bad, you're going to get hit upside the head. Hey idiot, why did you do that? And there's a Hangman. And as Melissa Sainova mentions in her book, the Hangman is not there as a punishment. He willingly hung himself. And being hung upside down brings new reason, wisdom, and intuition from what I've read. And gods such as Odin have even hung themselves upside down for a better understanding, and for intuition and wisdom and other purposes. I'm still learning, so I'll be stuttering a little bit, and I apologize for that. There's a Death card. Now, death does not mean literal death, so don't look at this and grab your heart and fall over. No reason to be that dramatic. Death just means it's the end of a cycle, on to something new. And one thing I really love about the Death card is you can see the threshold of the Moon card over here, and then you can see a Sun card behind it. At least that's how I see it. It's like the Moon and the Sun, so everything's completely connected on this path. I really, really like that. Then there's Temperance, which I'm still learning the meaning of, but basically from what I can understand, it means balance. It means keeping yourself emotionally balanced, keeping yourself grounded, spiritually grounded, and mentally there and grounded. And if one thing is just out of alignment, then everything's gonna go crazy. And instead of having nice calm water pouring into those cups, it's gonna be spilling everywhere if something messes up. So like I said, I'm still learning the meanings. The Chariot, and the Chariot is controlled by will, so if you want something to happen, you have to will it, which is the reason I am making this YouTube video, and I am forcing myself just to talk and forcing myself to do it. Because if I don't, I will not do it out of pure nervousness, and I am tired of hiding. The Devil card. And the people in here are not chained by the devil. They are chained by materialism and their habits. They could take the chains off and they could remove themselves from a habit, but they refuse. Now, for people who are terrified of the devil and the upside down pentagram, don't be. The devil is based off of Pan. And if you look up the Greek god Pan, you'll learn more about him. He was a horny, materialistic god, and he got what he deserved in the end. Trust me. And the upside down pentagram means materialism over spiritualism. It also means banishment. So don't look at this and be afraid, especially if you come from a Christian point of view. And the next card is the Tower. And the Tower for me means sudden change. It means everything you knew is being shook up and you're learning something that completely brings you down. For instance, after my mom passed, I learned a lot about her. A lot that I had no idea about. I was completely kept in the dark all my life. And it was really a real eye-opener, and it led to an even bigger crisis between grief and not understanding, and it gave me a lot to figure out. But eventually I made it through to Star, where I did gain new hope. And I'm still learning more about the star as well, because I know that each of these cups or jugs being pulled out are imbalanced and they both stand for something. I just can't remember what. That's why I am still learning. So please bear with me. And this card is a moon. Now this is my favorite card. I love the moon. Love it, love it, love it. When I was reading into intuitively, for me this is the best card ever. I love the moon. Then when I really researched it, I'm like, oh, this card isn't so good after all. It's kind of a creepy card because the domestic dog, I think that's it over there. It stands for inner fears, and then the wild dog or the wolf stands for external fears, and the lobster, the crayfish, whatever you want to call it, coming out of the water stands for deep fears and deep emotions. And to be able to get through along that path and through that threshold, you have to be able to see beyond the dark, you have to be brave, and you have to acknowledge your fears. In other words, think of your fears like the Vashta Narada and learn ways to overcome them. And in Whovian talk, the Vashta Narada are ways of beings that basically eat people. In the shadows, of course. You don't see it. They just appear in spacesuits. Sorry, I'm a complete nerd and I'm putting things the way I understand them. I apologize if I'm not making sense. The next card is a sun card, where everything that looks dark and scary is going to be revealed. Everything's going to come out into light, and bad things are going to be burned away, and some of them may remain, but you'll see them for what they are. It's not going to be like a wolf playing sheep. You will see the wolf beyond the sheepskin. That's the best way I can think of to put it. And these are just meanings I've been learning and been kind of making for myself as cues to see what the card is about. The next card is Judgment. And I believe this is supposed to be Archangel Gabriel, I think. And he or she, I've heard people say Archangel Gabriel is a he, others have said it's a she. Either way, he, she is calling people out of the grave. It's time for a second chance and a new life. It's time to rise up, be better than you were. You have a second chance, don't mess it up. This actually came up in a reading for me a few months ago, so that's important. The next card is the World. It means you got to the end of one stage, you got into accomplishment, and you're going to be learning something new. And during your new journey, you'll have this wisdom to take with you, so it won't be a school of hard knocks, or at least as many hard knocks. I'm still learning the symbolism behind the four figures here, but from what I learned, there are also the four fixed signs. The eagle or the bird is Scorpio, the Cupid is Aquarius, the bull is Taurus, and the lion is Leo. And another way I've been remembering this is from the game Star-Crossed Myth, or the Star Gods. I'm able to kind of picture their faces over the animal faces. That way I can remember more about the personalities. Anything that helps. Then the next card is not part of University Press because my deck did not come with an Ace of Wands, so I just kind of added that in. Is the Ace of Wands, and I'm not completely sure the meaning of this yet, other than new energy's been given to you, a new opportunity, and something you need to work for in a distance, but you're given the tools to do it if you're able to work to get there without giving up. You just gotta take a chance the universe gives you. This card is Two of Wands, and it has different meanings. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I just got a message from a friend, and it just kind of startled me there. But Two of Wands, it can show someone. It has different meanings. To me, it's a person who wants to go out and explore the meaning, who wants to go out and explore the world. They want to know what's out there. They're driven. They're emotional about this. This is something that means a lot to them. But it can also mean someone like a boss who's overseeing, or a manager who's having to oversee things and is taking control from a distance, or someone who's rising up. They're able to take risks, but they also may need to go with a safer decision. Like I said, I'm still learning this, so if my meanings are not accurate, I apologize. Then the next one that isn't here because it kind of fell out of order a few minutes ago is a King of Pentacles. Then we have the Three of Wands. And this means deliberate choices, taking time to stand back, taking time to think, taking time to make a really good decision, knowing your opportunity and when to take it. And the Four of Wands, this is actually a really good card. It means you're about to be having a celebration of some type. It's right around the corner. You're going to be passing through that little temporary structure thing of abundance. And it's an event outside normal life, and it's going to be fun, filled with hospitality, friends, things that make you happy. So hang in there because your Four of Wands is coming. That's the way I see it. And there's a Five of Wands. It can mean competition, conflict. It can mean going with the flow. That way you can get out of things, or you can try to struggle against it, but no matter where you go, you're going to be stuck. There's so many of these cards I'm still learning. Then there's the Six of Wands. I have not gotten to this one yet, but basically from the way he's writing in, it means victory of some type. It means victory. He's proud. To me, the guy is a little bit arrogant, but it's like he's hiding his face, although he's arrogant. It's like maybe during his victory he did something wrong to get that victory. So what you hiding there, buddy? It's the Seven of Wands, which to me says defend yourself. You're on a higher ground, defend yourself. Fight off the people you know are wrong. Don't let people take what is yours from you. And you're going to be having enlightenment and growth. That's the way I see it. There's Eight of Wands, which I always have learned means messages and quick changing matters. There's the Nine of Wands. And that guy is very, very angry. He may have been defeated, or he may be going and making himself a little gate there, being like, hey, I'm protecting what's mine. This is my property. Stay the hell off. That's the way I see it. I kind of see this as my father, to be very honest. There's a Ten of Wands. And it means the end of one cycle, but hard work's still ahead. At least that's how I see it for right now. I'm still learning these meanings. There's a Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and what? The Ace of Wands. This was not here. I swear to God, this was not here when I got this deck. I went through with a fine-tooth comb. I was on the phone with a friend. She heard every card I found, and suddenly, here's the Ace of Wands. I'll leave that out and just go, what the heck? What the heck just happened here? But hey, good thing for you two. Good karma, I guess. I took a step forward and I got my original Ace of Wands. So, yay! I won't complain. King of Wands. Ace of Cups. To me, it means peaceful balance of emotions and new emotional offering. Maybe like friendship, romance, maybe just like things have been emotionally turmoil for you, or tumultuous, I guess the word is. And now it's calming down. That's the way I see it, but I will be learning the full meaning. The Two of Cups, it means a new partnership. And it means communication. And I think the lion kind of stands for courage. But I will be learning more about that too. The Three of Cups means celebration and happy time with friends. And much abundance. The Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, you're looking at your cups you have. If you're dissatisfied and you're not going to notice anything else around you, you're droopy, you're depressed. It could also mean too that you know your choices, and the opportunity being presented to you at that very moment is not something you want. You know what you want, and you're going to get what you want. You're not going to settle for less. The Five of Cups, this is a grief card, and this card has come up for me countless times in the past 5 years. It first came up for me after my sister passed away. Then it came up for me again a few months ago because I was in a very big funk. And understandably, but I've been moving on. This is the Six of Cups. To me, it means unexpected gifts, seeing old friends, or maybe an argument's ending, and there's like a little peace offering being made. Then there's the Seven of Cups. To me, that means dreams and opportunities. You gotta pick which one you want. You can't just go and do all of them because you'll get yourself overwhelmed. I'm also learning the meaning to that. There's the Eight of Cups, and this is literally my favorite card in every deck. This is my card. I love this card. It means walking away. Some people see it as meaning walking away defeated. To me, it means you're leaving, you're looking at your emotions, you're taking something you want with you or leaving it there and deciding, hey, this is how I feel at the moment, but I'm going to keep going through these obstacles and I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be okay. That's what my perception of the card is. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, from the way I was taught, which is intuitively, is a wish card. It's like all your wishes are going to come true. But to me, it also kind of reminds me of a hoarder, someone who's really proud of his stuff, or maybe even a collector, not even a hoarder. Someone who's proud of their accomplishments, who's showing off, and someone who really has the means to keep themselves fed, keep themselves where they can collect things or hoard, depending on where they are in life. And that's how I kind of see that. Then the Ten of Cups. And that means a very happy ending in my book. It means you have your family, you have your home, you have good times ahead of you. You made it to where you wanted to be for the end of this goal. Now it's on something new. The Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Has wings on his helmet? Yeah, wings. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Ace of Swords. And I've read the meaning about this, but I still have to teach myself the keywords. I basically know it means clear thinking, an opportunity or a new idea, and each of these plants stand for something. I know not very informative, but this is the beginning of my journey, so hang in there with me. Two of Swords. This is a person who has to make a decision. They're very emotionally about it, and they need to think it over, and they need to think of everything this decision entails, emotionally, logically, and basically logically over emotionally, because the swords are a mental suit. So it means you gotta put emotions aside and think logically. I've had to do that many times this year, and it's never a fun thing. There's a Three of Swords, which is also a grief card. This is like the main grief card. And for anyone who gave me readings in the past year or two, they've seen this card constantly. And the first thing they tell me is, I'm so sorry. I'm going, please stop saying that. Don't say that anymore. There's a Four of Swords. And I love this card. It's actually a little bit clearer to me than the US Games version. Because you can actually tell those are people in the stained glass window. When I'm looking in the US Games version, it looks like scribble, if you want to know the truth. So I like this card a lot. But it basically means rest, sleep on things, don't make a decision right away. You need to think and relax before you make a decision. Because if you do it now, you're going to be impulsively doing it, and you will regret that later. I've had those kind of regrets, and they're not fun. So do as the card says and rest. The Five of Swords, and there are different meanings for this. It can mean defeat, or it could mean you are the victor, but at what cost? It could also mean you're getting something back that was taken from you, or it could mean you won, but during your winning, you lost your friends. It has a lot of different meanings, and it's situational. There is the Six of Swords, going on from rougher emotional times and rougher hard times in life, onto smooth sailing. You're leaving one phase of life to go on to something better. And I know that's not the legit meaning of it, but these are ways I'm teaching myself to recognize the cards. And the thief, that little thief. The Seven of Swords. He is a thief. He is a total, complete, utter thief. And of all things, wearing a big red cap, it's like you're wearing a siren on top of your head. Hey, I stole something from you. You gonna catch me? The Eight of Swords, being trapped in your own thoughts, in your own mind, being trapped in your own problems, and not being able to see clearly. You feel trapped, but there are other ways you don't know it. You don't see and you don't notice around you. You're blind to them. And you're very emotional about these mental blockages. And that was the Eight of Swords, excuse me. This is the Nine of Swords. It means nightmares, guilt. It can mean mental anguish. It has a lot of different meanings I'm still learning. Ten of Swords, complete defeat. I feel really, really bad for that guy. I really do. But to me, even though Ten of Swords, that's bad, it's also, if you look at it, it's not the end of a person. It's the end of something they were trying, and it can be very emotionally devastating, like in the black clouds. But there's also sunlight ahead, and it's kind of like calm waters, so it means even though it's ending, there's another beginning out there for you when you heal. And there is the Page of Swords. Then there is the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Did I already hold this one up? I'm not sure. Two of Pentacles. And that's where a person has to really juggle financial responsibilities with wants, needs, and they have to juggle their lives because they have so many different opportunities, but they have to be financially responsible. That's the way I see that. The Three of Pentacles. And that's a creation, people working together, listening to instructions. I'm still learning the meanings. But it means a general accomplishment or people working together to accomplish a goal together. If it's upside down, I know that it means that project is going to either not go well at all, it's not going to be finished, there's delays in the plans, there's problem with plans, and people in the group are not working well together. The Four of Pentacles. To me, that means it's someone who's holding tight onto their resources, but they'll give them out when they need to, but they still have a long way to go before they reach their goal. This is my cousin's card, my fourth cousin's card. This is a Homer card. His dream was to save up his money, and when he and John Dillinger could get out of the country, he wanted to become a plantation owner in, I think it's Brazil or something like that. But that was his dream. He imagined a life as a plantation owner would be very, very relaxing and peaceful. And there's a Five of Pentacles where you're having a hard time financially and you're having health problems. And you're out there in the cold. It feels like no one's there. But if you go around a corner, you're going to have help. You just got to hang in there. Then the Six of Pentacles. And to me, that means choosing wisely where to allocate your resources. Who can you give to? You don't want to rob Peter to pay Paul. You got to be really careful with how you spread your money. The Eight of Pentacles, to me, it means you're investing in something. You're hoping it will grow, but you're also worried that it may just kind of wither away on you. And it also means you kind of need to start harvesting your good crops and realize not everything's a complete loss. That's my meaning so far for it, but it's still expanding. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles, pardon me. I know that means apprenticeships. It means someone learning his craft. The Nine of Pentacles, a woman who's very, very, very abundant in wealth and who's really showing off her status with a hooded falcon. So she's very, very healthy, very wealthy, and very happy. And the Ten of Pentacles. And that means you can have an overabundance of something. It means you're happily settled. And to me, it also stands for good generational planning, or you need to think of generational planning. You may be having a grandparent move in with you or one of your parents. That's the way I see it. Yeah, get back here. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Pardon my fingers. And the Queen of Pentacles. And it was a King of Pentacles I held up earlier. But that's my deck, and I'm hoping, and I'll be running the meetings more, and I hope to see you all for readings, and it's good meeting y'all. Bye.